It's a lovely ball to find Mange on that left hand side. What can he do with this? He squares it. Napper is there.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with Saint-Etienne. In today's episode, we have a triple header of games for the first time in quite some time. We're going to be playing 3 games on camera today. The first and the third are in the Conference League. We come up against Maccabi Haifa. It looks like the world wants us to deal a little bit of justice, so hopefully we go and do that. I'm sure we will. That is a good fixture for us. And then in between that, we play against PSG away from home. Since last time out, our situation has just been as good as it was. 4 games, 4 wins, a win in the quarter-final of the French Cup, 3 wins in the league, and we go away to PSG. For the first time, they have finally dropped points in this race. They won all those games, just kept on winning, but they finally dropped some points in the league with a 3-1 loss to Monaco there, as you can see. So Monaco will now be back on their tails. Before that, they were winning every game just like we did, but we have also been pretty much winning every game. They were the first ones to kind of lose that steam, lose that momentum, and we are now 1 up on them. And if we can win today, we would go 4 points clear at the top of Ligue, and so that's why we will be showing that game. It is going to be a big one. Hopefully we come away with a good result. A draw would be good, a win would be even better. A loss, we'd go 2 points behind, but it's ideally we are looking for that big win. But we start off first with this game away from home against Maccabi Haifa. Hopefully we go and get a big result. Let's get straight into it in the quarter-final of the Conference League, where, by the way, Atletico Madrid have drawn against Man United, one of those big teams to crash out today. Here we go. So the team for this game starts with Triguera in goal. We've got a back end of Agbenifo, Juanma, Zajak, Barber. We've got Jaworski, Blasquez, Silva, Nuhard managing his return there. Garcia on the left, Luis on the right, and Napper up top. Kick off here in this game. We're going to get straight underway, hopefully coming away with a big result. If you want some numbers updates, see what's going on. Napper is up to 55 goals, 4 assists. That's in 42 starts. And who is leading the race between the wingers? It is actually Garcia. He has gone up to 32 goals and assists, and Luis is trailing behind very close on 31. But this team's in a very healthy state. We had a big result actually that I forgot to show. We were very close to losing that win streak, but in this game against Nice, we were 1-0 down, and then we actually knew the PSG result already, and we needed a win to go and overtake them. Blasquez went and got the goal to make it 1-1, and then in the 93rd minute, the last chance of the game, Julio Napper went and got the goal to make it 2-1, and he's got a goal here. I think he is going to be offside though. As we said, this game should be one that we're looking to win. I feel like we're just the strongest team. It is going to stand actually. Julio Napper gets another goal. He's up to, I did some maths actually, just taking a look. In the qualifiers, he only scored 1 goal. So that means he scored 15 goals in 8 games in the Conference League. Make that 16 in 9, 17 in 11 now, which is just crazy numbers to be honest. And you know, he's got 32 in the league. He could potentially break that record. He would have to get 12 goals in his next 6 games, but if there's a time for him to score goals, it's in that next one. That feels like the biggest game of the episode, definitely that game against PSG. I think the pressure is on them to be honest, because even if they win that game, they are still only 2 points ahead, and if they were to lose another game and we were to win, go and overtake them once again, the pressure really is on them as the team who are expected to win. The pressure's not on us because there is no expectation for us to win, but we said this treble does feel possible, and now we're into a semi-final of the French Cup where we will play Nice. Nice actually knocked out PSG. Here is Blasquez in behind. He's unlucky to not score there. PSG did lose to Nice. They lost in the Cup and in the League. Or no, they lost to Monaco in the League actually. Nice in the Cup, so that's why we are playing Nice instead of PSG. It is going to be a tough game though. If we do come away with the draw, I don't think we can be too disappointed with that. It would break our win streak, which would be annoying, but you know, we're playing the best. It's the hardest game we'll play all season probably. So that's probably, you know, that if we get that draw, then that wouldn't be too bad. We maintain our position at the top of the table, but we've just been going blow for blow, and finally one of us has been cracked in that fight at the top, and ultimately it's PSG, which helps us out a lot, and we are still on for a treble which is we're the only team now in France to be on for it, which is quite impressive. Atletico Madrid winning 1-0 in their game, we're winning 1-0 in our game. Panathinaikos also winning, and Samsunspor 3-0 up against Olympiacos, so another big team looks set to crash out there. And it looks like we could potentially be playing either one of Panathinaikos, Samsunspor or Atletico Madrid in the next round should we get there. I don't see why not. We just need to make sure we go and win this game because our win streak is still on. We don't want to be drawing this game ideally, but we'll have to see what goes on in the remaining 25 minutes. We've not had loads of games. It's not been too taxing, even though we are still in every competition. Managing rotation well has been an important factor as well, which we have been maintaining. There is a goal for the opposition here. We've not been two in this game really. We could have been a little bit better, but we definitely need to just switch it up a little bit, get a bit more out of this game. Will this goal stand? It is going to be given. That is frustrating. We'll look to make a few changes now. Some of these boys have just decided not to turn up at all. I'm going to bring Nuhard on for Silva there, going to bring Liddell on in for Zajac at the back. Will make those 3 changes, hopefully going to get the winning goal here after the score 1-1, 3-1 there, 1-0 in these 2 other games, and it's been a very interesting start to the games here in the quarter final. Luckily this is the away leg, so I guess that does favour the opposition a little bit more in terms of getting a result for themselves, but there's still time for us to go and get a goal, and whether or not we will be decided in these last few moments. There's a chance here for the opposition. We head it out. Liddell plays in Napa. Where can he go with this one? Up to 56 goals, looking for number 57, and it would be a big one if he can go and get it. Rock Barber on the ball. Luis, lovely bit of play. Nuhard, can he switch it? Where's he going to go with this one? He's going to take it on himself. It's a lovely ball to find Mange on that left hand side. What can he do with this? He squares it. Napa is there and he scores again. Never in doubt. You just knew the winner was coming from him. 56 for the season, 18 in the Conference League. Golden boot, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Golden boot surely secured in the Conference League, in the League, and the French Cup is more than likely, or if there's been someone else with ridiculous numbers. I don't think so. The full-time whistle is going to go in this game. We've done our job in the first out of today's 3 games, and we go on to this massive game against PSG. And no changes for this team against PSG. It starts with Trigueros in goal, backline of Agbenifo, Juanma, Zajac, Barber. We've got Jaworski, Blazquez, Silva in the middle, Garcia on the left, Luis on the right, and 57 goal Napa up top. It's kick-off here in the Parc de France, and it's going to be a very good game coming up here against PSG. Some of these boys struggling with a few kind of fatigue issues, stuff like that. We did play quite recently, but as well PSG did also play in the Champions League. They might have been knocked out by now. So they got a draw against Arsenal at home, I believe it was, so going away will not be ideal for them. But yeah, this is going to be a real good game. A win would take us 4 points clear at the top of the table, and let's take a look at this chance first here. Garcia puts it into the hands of the PSG goalkeeper there. A win by if we won 1-0, the goal difference would close down to 1. Now what that means for us is if we were to win by 1-0, or actually more ideal I think would be winning 2-0, the goal difference would tie, and what that would mean is we could draw 2 games and PSG would have to win every game. So say in the next 5 games after this we won 3, draw 2, PSG would have to win all 5 games to even go and tie up on goal difference alone. And I don't know what the stat is to favour goal difference. I don't really know, but I hope that it would favour us ideally. Who really knows? And in those wins we can obviously go and get some more goals, which would be ideal. But it is a penalty for PSG after 12 minutes here in this game. It looked like there was a foul in there from someone, and Trigueros got the chance to make himself a bit of a hero here. It's still very early days in this game. It's frustrating to concede a penalty in these big moments when we have before, but Trigueros with the save, and that could just win us the title if it comes down to it. What a save that is from Trigueros against a very good penalty taker in Vitinha. PSG really in this game, going at it. There's a shot in there, hits the crossbar. It's Bukayo Saka on the ball. He's going to look to try and cut in, get this shot away. We're defending quite well, men in numbers surrounding this box. Luis does well, tracking back and gets that ball clear. PSG, really in this game, we need to be careful of what they're doing, because they are definitely involved in this one here. They find themselves on the ball with the goalkeeper now. Bit of intensity from us could be ideal. We probably will want to look to make some changes nice and early in this game for some of those players that are starting to feel it a little bit. In particular, Jaworski, as the goal does go in for PSG after 20 minutes. Jaworski, surprisingly, has started to struggle with his stamina a little bit, because he used to be an absolute beast. He played every game for us one season and never ever struggled with kind of fatigue level. So Jaworski, Agbenifo, and then maybe one of the wingers as well could be suitable changes in at half time. We just need a bit more energy, I think, is what this team's missing so far in this game, and it's quite obvious where that's coming from. But we had to play our best players, our sharpest players, and the players who've been in this position before. We needed them to play in this game, just because of the stature of it and the importance of it. As we said, even if we do lose this game, it's not the worst for us. We would go 2 points behind. I don't know who PSG will go on to play in the remaining games. Lyon, Metz, Clermont-Foot, Angers, Toulouse, so some good games for them really. We have to play in these final games. We could probably go and take a look in a second, but to go in 2 points behind would be frustrating. We've been really at each other all season, so they finally slipped, but this is the all-important game that we've been on about for quite some time, and has come up now. We will go into half-time 1-0 down by the looks of it, which would be very, very frustrating. Who I'll leave on in this game is a tough one. I think I'm going to bring... I don't know, because I'm going to bring Agbenifo off, I think, for Mace, who's in some good form, got the assist for the Napa goal. I may just bring Garcia off and get a whole fresh left side going here in this game. Jaworski might just wait a little bit on to see how he's doing. There's a ball into the middle there. Juanma gets that clear. PSG actually played on Wednesday. That makes sense now. We played on the Thursday, and this has been on the Sunday now, so only 2 days rest, and that is a goal from the edge of the area for PSG. They go 2-0 up here. It's just been a dire first half for us, and we have got a lot of work to do. The aim probably going to be for that draw that we were on about, which wouldn't be too bad for us. We just have to go and win every single game afterwards, assuming that PSG would win it every single game as well. Let's go and have a look what we can do here. So I'm going to bring Agbenifo off. We've got a Mace in the squad. Mace is not in the squad. What's happened here then? He must have been injured, because I'm very sure we brought him in. Right, this is problematic now, because I did not realise he was not in the squad. Let's go and have a look. We'll bring Mange on in at left back there. We have no other left back we can really play. We'll bring Mange in there. Good change. I'm happy with that. There's not really much else I'd want to do here. We could bring Olafsson on. I'm going to bring Jaworski off for Campoy. That was kind of a change I was thinking of starting the game with, but a bit of fresh legs on that left hand side. That is could be a very bad mistake if it's been. I don't think it has. I think Mace has been injured, but I'm very sure he was on the bench. Who knows what's gone on there? We'll go and encourage these boys, fire them up a little bit. We've been on the positive mentality in the first half of that game, because we had to hit back after going 1-0 down. We had that penalty save, and then after that the 2 goals just came for PSG. Napa, we really need something from him. He scored 57 in this season, but if there's a time where he could score 2 more, it would have to be now for us. 62, 63 minutes, this game just ticking over, and it's not going to be our day unless we can come up with something here in this game. Are we going to get anything though, is the real question. Let's have a look. It's not a goal, is it? What's going on here? The camera angle is going to be messed up all game. Luis Napa, Blázquez is there, and he scored. It's 2-1 here. We pull the goal back. Is there any way we can go and fix this? We've got a bit of a visual glitch going on, but Blázquez does score. We do get one back. Let's take a look at this here. Luis just plays that ball in. It's a lovely ball. You would have expected it for Napa, but Blázquez, an unlikely goal scorer, has just gone flying in there, and he's made it 2-1 here, and we could just be about to get back into this game. The glitch is fixed now, and that's surely a sign of better things to come here, or maybe not. PSG on the attack, edge of the area, the return ball. Agbenifo cuts that out. Mange, can he go down the line? He does. He finds Julio Napa, or does he? It is cut out by a PSG player. They're looking to try and knock it around here on that far side. Florian Wirtz is on the ball now. The ball in behind, and the shot goes in, and that is a goal for PSG. And straight off the back of ours, the mentality has completely just been lost. The focus is gone, and that is 3-1 for PSG, and that is absolutely devastating. It's just not been our day by the looks of it, and we finally look set to lose a game after 20 games, I believe it is. We've not lost in. We can go and look to make some final changes, but against a tough PSG game, we've come up short. by the looks of it, and that is going to be absolutely devastating. A devastating way to end this game. Let's go and make some final changes here. Zajac off. We'll go and bring Nuhard on to get it sharpness up. Luckily, we have another game coming up, a Conference League game. Hopefully we can go and get a big result in that one to seal our place in the semi-final. But, 5 games remaining after this. The final 2, I don't know what we'll do. We might show the final 2 in tomorrow's episode along with the final, because that will decide the league. We just got to hope that PSG can drop points and we can get back to our winning ways that we have been for the past 20 games, I think it's been, or somewhere around that. But it's just so frustrating. Has that Agbenifo changed the difference? Mace could have made a real impact in this game. I don't think so. The big team effort has just not come together today, and we drop off of the throne at the top of Ligue on the full-time whistle goes, and that is a devastating loss here against PSG. So the team for this game, the second leg, Napa has finally been struck. If this day could not get any worse, he's going to be out for up to 2 weeks. And we have about 4 games coming up in those 2 weeks, which is always nice. But the game starts with Camis in goal, a backline, Agbenifo, Juanma, Zajac, Barber. Triguera is also out for this game, but he should be back for the next one. Jaworski, Blasquez, Silva in the middle, Garcia on the left, Luis on the right, and Diakite. A nice return for him up top. Kick-off here in this game. We finally return home after what has been a mixed day for us. It's frustrating to lose after 20 wins in a row. I finally confirmed that. That was 11 straight wins in the league. But when it mattered most, we did slip up. Now it's just that we hope PSG slip up. But for the first time all season, we've slipped up. Napa is out. He's finally been struck with that injury. But what can you do? There's a chance here. Juanma scores 3-1 up here, though. And the good news from today is that it looks like we will be into the semi-final of the Conference League coming up in the next episode. A few more league games in that time. I've just got to hope that Napa can come back. Diakite obviously very capable, but it's just very satisfying to seeing his numbers tick over, and it's just a shame that he won't get to play as many games as possible, but I think he should be alright sooner rather than later. We'll get him back in and get him up to, it'll be, we have 5 games here, we'll have 2 more in the semi-final and at least 1 more in the cup, which is 8 games. He'll miss probably around 3 of those, so we'll have 5 more games to try and get to 60 goals, which would be pretty cool. Hopefully you can go and do that. Golden boots in all competitions are pretty much confirmed for him. We could probably go and check even if he's on the French Cup golden boot as it stands. Is there any way we'll be able to? It doesn't let us here for some strange reason. What can you do? But yeah, that PSG game, it is frustrating. It's not the worst position to be in, because if they drop points, goal difference could play a factor for us. If they lose, then we would go ahead. Should we win the game that they lose in, we just have to win our games, which we know we can. There's another chance here for us. Diakite finds Silva, lovely ball that is, and that is 2-0 here in this game. Hopefully we can go and make this a bit of a goal fest to make up for our sorrows in that last one. I found out as well that Mace was actually in the matchday squad thing. It's so weird on here. He was like sub number 10 because of the Conference League, and he's in the squad today, but you can only have 9 subs in the league, and there was a missing spot on our bench. I don't know why it just doesn't move him there. It's a bit silly, but who really knows, to be honest. I don't get it, but I would have liked to have brought him on in that at half time, give us some fresh legs, a real threat down that left hand side, along with Mind You came on, but it was not meant to be in the end. Really, no one really turned up, showed up, and the pressure got to us a little bit. We've been on such a high for so long that we finally had to taste defeat a little bit, but hopefully this defeat will make it might make the end result, which hopefully should be that treble. It might make it a little bit sweeter should we go and complete it, but it is just very frustrating. That was the game we had to take charge of away from home. It was always going to be a difficult one, and we didn't rise to the occasion in the end, but we're still second place in the league. We're in the semi-final of the French Cup. We're into the semi-final of the Conference League. It's all about perspective, we are still doing alright, and we can be happy with that. It looks like in the semi-finals it will be Samsunspor, Panathinaikos, and as it stands, Atletico Madrid will be there as well. Hopefully we don't bump into Atletico Madrid until the final. That was kind of expected. We always draw quite a tough opponent in finals that we play in, so I do feel like it's going to happen again with that Atletico Madrid team, and it looks like the 2 best teams will come up against each other, should it be that way. Garcia, Silva for a second of the game, forget Napa in the middle. We've got another unit, another absolute tall guy in the middle. He's got his second of the game, and he's made it 5-1 on aggregate, 3-0 at home. We can be very happy with the way that we have played. It looks like Diakite's picked up a bit of a knock here. We'll make some changes. I'm going to bring Boto in at striker, give him some minutes there. We'll leave Silva on, although he is a bit tired, but we'll still keep him on. I'll bring Nuhard on, Campoy in there. I'm going to bring Olafsson on. He didn't play that last game, and then we'll bring Mace on as well. At fullback after missing out in very weird circumstances. We'll just treat it as part of the plot. He missed out through just weird circumstances that didn't let him play, but who really knows. Is there any updates in these games? Panathinaikos really all over the opposition there, playing Samsunspor as well, beating Olympiacos 6-1 on aggregate now by the looks of it, which was kind of an unexpected result. And then in this game, Man United 1-1. That means it's 2-1 for Atletico Madrid on aggregate, unless they scored again in the other game. I don't really know, but that is it looks like Man United will be crashing out here of the Conference League, unable to get past the quarter-final and unable to be beat back. They're unable to get past that force of Atletico Madrid, which is quite expected. I did feel like Atletico Madrid could get into a deeper position in the Conference League than Man United. Final few moments of our game though, 5-1 on aggregate, another good display. Justice served here in this Conference League tie, and we can be very happy with the way that we played. All 5 changes made. It's just about seeing out this game. It's also quite frustrating with Napa being out with getting those goals up, but what can you do? It's bound to happen eventually. It's quite frustrating. It's at the end of the season because you wanted him to end on a real high, and we do have some big games coming up. It looks like if Diakite is injured, then we're going to have a bit of a worry in at striker, but hopefully it's nothing too bad, and Napa will obviously return quite soon. His injury up to 2 weeks, as we said, but the full-time whistle goes, and we are in to the Conference League semi-final. So there you have it, our semi-final opponent drawn. It will be Samsunspor, the Turkish side in that semi-final, and it will be either one of Atletico Madrid or the other team was Panathinaikos. So one of the Greek teams has made it. Samsunspor absolutely destroyed Olympiacos, so it looks like it could be quite a tough game, and the first leg being away from home as well. We do have a couple games, Nice and Rennes, Dijon in the gap as well. These 2 games looking real tough, and hopefully we can go and get the results that we need. 5th and 7th place we will be playing in order to try and catch up to PSG. We will need some big performances, big goals ideally. In terms of updates on the strikers, Diakite was injured. I think he should be alright. Yeah, he will be alright for this game coming up. And then Napa is not back just yet. And that's quite frustrating really. He should be back in time for that game against Samsunspor. Yeah, he will be back. We do have a cup game actually. So it's Lens, Rennes and then Nice in the cup actually. So we will still play 5th place, 7th place actually, and then Rennes down in 11th. So quite the tough set of fixtures to end off the season, but you've got to have hope. The treble is still possible. If you did enjoy that episode, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go and join the Discord down below. I'll leave you all with this little tune. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all for another episode soon. A big one coming up. Thank you. Bye bye.